So a quick little way I made this little Pixelmon the way it is. It took a lot of time, but it was fun to make. So in this program, I went over here. I just straight up made a digitized a rectangle square. Let me backspace with it. I just went from one side to the other. I made them all one color. And then I came in the create layout. I clicked it. I copied or rated before I even moved it from anywhere. I just hit enter. That way they're all stuck together. There's no spacing, and it helps out the process at the very end. And then after that, I just manually, there we go. Manually 1 to 1, I reshaped it. You could go whatever way you want with this, but I made this one and this one. Come on, there we go, this angle. And then I made this one and the other one the other angle. Boom. So very simple. And then I am going to, first things first, I'm going to hide the image. The first time I ever attempted this, it duplicated the image so many times. So I copy all, and then I just copy array, and then it should appear like this. So now you're basically quadrupling the space. And then I just repeatedly do this. Control all, copy array, Control all, copy array. Ooh. Let me select. All right. Control all, and then copy array, enter. It starts to get a little glitchy, of course, once you do this a lot, just because it has 72,000 stitches just with this. Of course, you could make them thicker, smaller, do whatever you want with them. And then I unhide. Oh, sorry. I unhide all. And then there he is right there. And I just look through it. And then I just straight up make the picture go bigger. But sadly, it looks like I'll need one more of the copy array. But for this demonstration's purposes, of course, you could always make it more, smaller, however you please. All right. And then once I line it up, I try to make it perfect. I, of course, use a true view. That way I could look right behind it. And then I always like to look a bit higher as well, because as you can see right here, some of it starts to angle upwards. It doesn't mean too much. You can make the squares just a bit smaller. But most of the time you should be able to work with it, you know, because the bottom looks great. And as you're going with it, it'll look fantastic. So then I just, usually what I do, you might find a better way, is I just grab this object. Let's go with the black first. So I make it black. That way you guys can see I make it black. And then I got the little paint bucket down here. I true view, and then whatever it is, I just apply it. As you see here, I'm just going color by color, and then you true view it, and then this is how it appears. Very simple. At first, I was wondering how I was going to do the colors on this side, because they're so disjointed, and now I make, just with this much, I have 26 color switches. So what I do to fix this, I control all, and then right down here, sequence by color, okay, It usually takes a bit to do this part. But there, your black is all going to be first, and then your yellow, or I always use a contrasting color. That way it makes it easier. I didn't use white because I confuse myself. You might be able to use white, but I used to use yellow or a color that the Pokemon doesn't have, or the image in general doesn't have. That way just makes it easier to trace. Because once you do it like this, it's just gonna straight up go like that. Here, let me show it one more time. And let me show it on the finished Bulbasaur that I made. And then this is just how it goes. So even this little image right here looks great to look at to me. You know, because it's just like it's loading in the image. Boom, done. So that's how you do what I'm doing, of course. You could always, after the fact, is before I end this, right? Haha. I mean, you could always make them smaller or bigger. This is just a big frame. So even then, if I wanted to make it into a small frame, I mean, you could always easily just resize it down. Oh, I went up. So it doesn't matter how big or how small you started, you could always resize it. I mean, at the end or at the beginning, whatever you choose. But that's all I do. It's very basic. It takes a while. It's good watching a video just because you're going to be clicking a lot of squares to paint them. And then, like if I go right, oh, we select, let me, oh, there we go. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna pick this color, apply. Yeah, super easy. It just takes a long time.